we wanted to have you in to talk about, it is the 1 year anniversary, or the 1 year anniversary Monday for the Nepal earthquake, and we thought to have you in to kind of do a reflection would be a really good opportunity to talk about where we're at right now.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So let's start with that. Let's start with, I mean, everyone in our audience knows the story, or viewers know the story. So talk about what's been going on since then and this past year for you.
Well, it's been a long year, actually, to be honest. It feels like a long time ago, and we've tried to pack a lot into this past year. I think both Brandy and I have kept really busy with not only Rotary functions, but in our busy lives and work and home, and maybe try to keep moving forward and to maybe keep some of the feelings and the memories suppressed. I don't know if it's been helpful, but yeah, we've been keeping busy, and as I say, it's been a long year for me.
So what have you and Brandy have done to kind of cope with just the trauma that you experienced there since then?
Yeah, that's it's interesting. We've coped differently. I know Brandy went and spoke with someone about that, and you know, I had many people suggest that, and I was certainly open to it. It just didn't sort of materialize for me, probably because I was keeping myself busy. And I'm not one to talk about a lot of things, so I think the cathartic process for me was making a slideshow. As you know, we're both Rotarians, so Rotary was a huge supporter of us, and I wanted to put together a presentation for them. They wanted to hear about our experience, so I think that was kind of a pivotal point for me in expressing, not verbally, but visually, how we felt and what we went through. And you know, I probably had about 100 hours in this slideshow, and going through those photos and putting music to it was, I think, was a really healing process for me.
It certainly was a very powerful video.
Thank
it was
you.
shared when you did release it, and it's still shared today.
Yeah.
I mean, you reposted it as well in the last few days.
Yeah.
And I guess when you go through those pictures now, today, a year later, have you spoken with Brandy? Have you gotten together and seen it again? What's that like for the both of you, seeing it a year after?
We got together last night, and we shared a lot of laughs, you know, a few tears, but there was a lot of happy moments there too. You know, our first 24 hours before the earthquake hit, we were having a blast, and we have so many funny stories to tell, and we were sharing them last night. And even after the earthquake, we had a lot of emotional and memorable and pivotal moments in our lives, really, with the SOS Children's Villages, and just bonding with the other team members and being humbled and really essentially celebrating our survival. So there were a lot of great moments in that experience as well. And so when I watch the video now, I'm really amazed that we went through that. And as I said, it feels really long ago, but I just can't believe that, as I say, we survived that, we witnessed that, we were there to experience it and feel it, and but then also to continue to help afterwards. I mean, that's huge for us.
So let's go into that that help afterwards. What's the fundraising been like now that you can tell us? I know Rotary, like International Rotary, was involved as well, and you had fundraised locally here. So what's happening right now? Do you have any updates for us?
Well, immediately Nepal is still really hugely struggling and in need, and I know there's a lot of clubs in Nepal that are now on the ground still supporting and giving aid. But there's a lot of red tape, there's money tied up with government, and there's a lot of infighting, so that there's a lot of communities, and a lot of the villages have never seen you know, any aid. They've never seen people come in or any assistance. So there's millions, literally millions of people still living under tarps.
Wow.
So shelter boxes, Brandy was pivotal in getting some shelter boxes sent out as well, immediately upon our return through Rotary, and personally as well. She did a great job campaigning that. And, you know, it's an ongoing struggle for them. We do what we can here, but you know, as I say, with so much money tied up, it's hard to know what to do. Yeah. You know, short of going back.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and speaking of going back, then is that something that you and Brandy, or even the team that was there, that you were there with, are planning on doing in the immediate future or in the soon future?
No, we are. As I think I spoke with you briefly about Dream Mountains earlier, and that they were only going to do 7 climbs in 7 years, which ends in 2017.
Right.
And Sean Dawson said he wants to take the entire team back in 18 and do an 8th trek back to Nepal. So absolutely, there's several people on the team that want to go back. There's a few that don't, for their own reasons. I know Brandy and I both have husbands who would like to come with us this time.
Perfect.
They don't want us out of their sight. So we'll see. Who knows what 18 brings, to be honest. It's still a couple of years away. But I said that a year ago. I said, 3 years, I'm going back to Nepal, and now it's 2. So I've also just been presented an opportunity, and I hope that something like that pans out, to go back in Christmas of this year with another organization and maybe build a school, which I think would be super cool.
Oh my goodness!
So I'm going to really work on that, because I think that would be that'd be a good turning point and closure for it. So.